forecast.
And just past 6:10 on your early Wednesday evening, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking more lake effect snow for the overnight hours and especially for your Thursday, and some of that could last into Friday morning as well. Let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where currently we're dealing with a few snow showers thanks to the Clipper system moving through. With a southerly breeze at 7 miles an hour, the current temperature is 34, but it feels like the upper 20s thanks to the wind, and that dew point is right at that freezing mark. So that means temperatures will drop as we head through the overnight hours thanks to the winds transitioning over to the northwest. Other numbers from around the region right now, largely in the 30s, so it was a heavier, wetter snow for most of the day. That's the reason why we saw a lot of those commute impacts that Dorian talked about earlier in the show. But we do have a couple of spots like Old Forge and Johnstown in the 20s, and same thing in Lake Pleasant. We do have some wind out there right now too at around 5 to 15 miles an hour, higher down toward the south and up toward the northwest. Loudville right now has a wind of 9 miles an hour, and that wind is going to continue to remain up, and the temperatures to remain down through the weekend, with temperatures only in the middle and upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. Looks like we'll have some snow showers on Saturday afternoon, and it looks like again as we head through Sunday before we finally dry things out starting next week. Not so much tonight. We do have a winter storm warning to the north of the 90 corridor, winter weather advisory from the valley on toward the south. A lot of these will be let go over the next 1 to 6 hours. Most of these expire tomorrow morning at 1 a.m., but the winter weather advisory for southern Herkimer County expires Friday morning at 7, and that's because of the lake effect snow. I'll talk more about that coming up in just a second, but the Clipper's still passing through our area, so we've got some moderate snowfall rates over portions of Herkimer County, same thing up into northeastern Oneida and into Lewis County right now as well. The actual area of low pressure is located basically over Toronto right now, but it's once this cold front off toward the Ohio Valley swings through that's associated with it, that passes through, that'll switch the winds over to the northwest and bring in the lake effect snow off of the big lake, Lake Ontario, during the overnight hours and through your Thursday morning as well. But we'll still be dealing with periods of snow showers, a lot of clouds, thanks to the Clipper itself moving through during the next few hours. Tomorrow morning we'll start off pretty quiet, but then after 7, 8, maybe as late as 10 a.m., we'll start to see those snow showers developing. It'll also become quite gusty as well. Winds out of the west-northwest tomorrow, 15 to 20 miles an hour, making the 20s feel like the single digits and teens for most of the day, a far cry from the 30s that we had for most of today. From additional accumulation tonight through tomorrow morning, most of us seeing an inch or so, maybe a little bit more toward the north, and then that's when the lake effect kicks in. Overnight tonight, temperatures in the teens to right around 20, but again, feeling like the single digits, and then the attention shifts to this lake effect snow warning for southern Oneida and Madison County as well, and then it's that winter weather advisory for southern Herkimer County, a little bit less snowfall accumulation there. The bullseye will be to the south of Utica, Rome, New Hartford, over toward the Syracuse area. Could see as much as 6 to 12 inches, so definitely not the Tug Hill Plateau in the bullseye like this Clipper that's moving through right now. There will also be gusts at times 25 to 30, maybe 35 miles an hour, briefly reducing visibility, especially to the south of the Thruway tomorrow. But unfortunately, even once we get beyond that, we really can't shake this winter weather. At least we get a bit of a break for Monday and Tuesday, although it's cold, only around 25 both days. Dorian, back to you.
Eyewitness weather forecast.
And 10:16 is the time on your late Wednesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, changing things, tracking things, changing back over to snow, and then we'll also see more lake effect snow for your Thursday as well. Let's take a live look at downtown Utica, where we're seeing some rain. Of course, the image behind me showed you snow, but it's literally the difference of night and day, just depending on where you are. And we're also dealing with warmer temperatures down in downtown Utica, 35 degrees, but the winds are out of the west. Mind you, at 14 miles an hour. That's key to our temperature change and thus the change back to snow. It also feels like 26 because of that. The dew point's right at 32. We're also dealing with gusts up to 24, and we'll be dealing with gusts in excess of that during our Thursday. So we've got low to mid 30s over most of the area. So that's actually warmer than it's been for most of the day, interestingly. But we do have some areas, especially up toward the north and east, Old Forge, Lake Pleasant, and Johnstown, 29, 26, and 28 respectively, where we are seeing some middle and upper 20s out there right now. So we're seeing again quite a bit of a breeze out of the west, mainly at around 5 to 15 miles an hour, and that's signaling that change of the cold front moving through the area. And unfortunately, the cold temperatures, middle and upper 20s to around 30, and the winds around 5 to 15 miles an hour will be with us into the weekend, and so will snow shower chances, especially as we head through Saturday afternoon into Sunday as well. And we'll be dealing with winds initially out of the southwest, a warmer wind direction, transitioning to their way back to the west and northwest, thus temperatures on Sunday will be colder. But in the near term, we still have that winter weather advisory from the 90 corridor down south until tomorrow morning for many of us, and then from the up toward the north of the thruway, it is still a winter storm warning through tomorrow afternoon. It just depends on where you are. So you'll notice this is the cold front making its way through our area right now, signaling that change. And you'll notice that there is, again, a bit of rain in the immediate Utica-Rome area, but you don't have to go far to the west to find some light to moderate pockets of snow embedded within this system. So that's part of the Clipper system, I should say, moving its way up toward the north and east, taking this cold front with it. In its wake, we'll be left with a west-northwesterly wind, and that'll be dragging in the snow to the east and southeast of Lake Ontario during the overnight hours and through much of our Thursday as well for some of us. So we'll see things winding down gradually. We'll get a brief break from the precipitation, but then around 7, 8, maybe as late as 10 a.m., that's when the lake effect snow showers and squalls will develop along near and just to the north of the thruway as well. And then it makes its way down toward the south. We'll be dealing with those through about 8 to 10 p.m. for many of us tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. However, unlike today, where the heaviest snow was up along the Telco Plateau, it'll be in the hills to the south and southwest of Utica, Rome, New Hartford during the day tomorrow. There still could be an additional inch or so of accumulation from the Clipper moving through. Temperatures overnight tonight with westerly winds at around 10 to 15 miles an hour, maybe up to 20. Bottoming out around 20 degrees, but feeling like the single digits and teens with the wind. We've got the lake effect snow warning from southern Oneida County over to Wayne County, a winter weather advisory for southern Herkimer County, where there could be as much as 1 to 3 inches of snow. The jackpot will be in the hills from Madison County over toward the city of Syracuse, where there could be half a foot to a foot, maybe even more. And that in tandem with light, fluffy snow, there could be winds of 30 to 35 miles an hour, briefly reducing visibility and just making it feel oh so much colder tomorrow. So highs between 20 and 25, feeling like the single digits. Dorian, back to you.
Eyewitness weather forecast.
Almost 11:13 on your late Wednesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some wind and some lake effect snow for your Thursday. So let's get right to it. Let's take a live look at downtown Utica, where we were dealing with rain, but now that temperatures are dropping yet again, thanks to those westerly winds at 15 miles an hour. We're now down to 33 degrees, and we also have feels like a 23 thanks to that winds gusting also to 24 miles an hour. So we're starting to change back over to snow. Back toward the west, we are seeing some cooler temperatures out there, upper 20s to the lower 30s out there. Many of us still dealing with some mid-30s, especially to the south and southeast of the Mohawk Valley. And back toward the west, we're also dealing with not only colder temperatures, but stronger winds back behind the front, especially to the west of the Interstate 81 corridor, with wind speeds sustained right now 15 to 20, even 25 miles an hour. They'll be higher than that as we head through our Thursday, and they'll be with us through the weekend as well. Both days around 5 to 15 miles an hour, initially out of the southwest, which is a warmer wind direction. So Saturday will be in right around 30 degrees, and then Sunday only between 20 and 25, but feeling like the teens for most of the day. And yes, snow shower chances will continue to be with us even through the weekend. So as far as snow right now, the winter weather headlines, a winter storm warning continues from the north of the Mohawk Valley and the north of the Thruway corridor until 1 p.m. tomorrow. From the valley on toward the south, it's a winter weather advisory that goes through tomorrow morning, except for in Herkimer County, goes through Friday morning at 7 a.m. And that's thanks to the lake effect snow potential that will be with us during the day tomorrow, thanks to, again, the northwesterly winds setting in after this cold front moves through, an area of low pressure associated with it as well. And for most of the day, we've had a southerly or southeasterly breeze. Now winds are switching over to the west and northwest, and that will trigger the lake effect snow showers and even some snow squalls for our Thursday off the eastern and southeastern end of Lake Ontario. So when you set out the door for your morning commute, things not looking too bad. It's between 8 and 10 a.m. that we'll start to see the winds pick up out of the west-northwest at around, again, 15 to 20, gusting 30 to possibly 50 miles an hour. It's toward the late morning into the early afternoon that we'll see the lake effect snow streamers make their way from the north to the south of the 90 corridor, and that's where we're expected to see the heaviest accumulation and thus the lake effect snow warning there. I'll talk more about that in a second, and then you'll notice in portions of the region tomorrow night we'll see the lake effect snow, yes, but also single-digit temperatures returning to the area. As far as additional accumulation from the Clipper system through 7 a.m., there could be as much as a coating to an inch in some locations. Temperatures tonight on either side outside of 20 degrees, winds out of the west at 10 to 20, making it feel like the single digits and teens out there. And then we've got that lake effect snow warning that starts at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning and goes through Friday morning at 7 from Madison, southern Oneida County to as far west as Wayne County. A winter weather advisory for southern Herkimer County where there could be as much as 1 to 3 inches of snow, but the jackpot looks to be to the southwest of the Utica-Rome area over towards Syracuse, where there could be as much as half a foot to a foot of snow between Thursday and Friday morning, and that combined in tandem with gusty winds of 30 to 35 miles an hour could briefly reduce visibility, also adding to that chill factor. And unfortunately, we won't be able to shake that even through the weekend. Dorian, back to you.